Today, not only I'm going to show you how to feel RDLs in your glutes, but I'm also going to give you all the alternatives so that in case you want to find a variation that works for you, you can. There will be 3 different reasons as to why you don't feel RDLs. The first one, your form is not right, and today I will be teaching you everything you need to know in order to properly feel it. Another thing, it could be your genetics or simply that you don't feel the exercise, right? And I will show you the solutions towards the end for if you belong to the last categories and what to do if, for example, you just don't feel it no matter what. You've seen your form, the form is correct and everything, but you simply don't feel it. First thing to understand is that the RDLs are hip hinge movement. What the hell does it mean? You need to start the movement by pushing your hips back, and I want you to have a wall at first to teach you to do this, because a lot of people will do this. Obviously, first, let's not consider it any weight. They will just bend forward like they're reaching out for something, right? And this is wrong, because what happens is you hit your lower back. It's like if something falls on the floor, what do they do? What do people do? They reach over, right? With their arms like that. The arms go far away from the feet, and you need to keep them instead all the time close to your legs. So what is the best way to teach you? Imagine that you have a wall behind you and you want to touch it with your glutes, okay? This is to teach you the proper start of the movement. Or that there is a car door and you want to close it with your bunda. So obviously, if I do this, okay? So we start the movement, I want to make the bum touch the floor, okay? So as you can see, if I'm standing too close, I can't really go down. So try to distance yourself a little bit more, okay? So you can practice a little bit better range of motion, you can go all the way down. Perfect, you see? I'm touching like that, okay? Second most important thing is the positioning of your legs. What does it mean? If you perform a normal RDLs like this, okay, you will just feel the pulling on your hamstring. But the moment you bend at your knees more, you will start feeling your glutes. So that's me standing with my legs straight, right? And now it's me bending more at my knees, okay? So remember to bend, to keep your knee bent, okay? But remembering first, you start the movement. Hinge your hips, so push, 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 and bend out your knees. Third thing I want you to understand while doing RDLs is to imagine that your leg pressing the floor. This will automatically help you with your mind-muscle connection, because you will immediately think that you're pushing the floor away with your feet rather than lifting the weight with your arms, because a lot of people think that they have to lift their weight with their arms, but it's not the case. You have to push the floor away with your feet. So I recommend starting the movement. If you're a beginner, I recommend starting with a kettlebell because it's much easier to manage. Let's think about everything. So hips back, okay? We descend, we descend, descend. We start bending at our knees. We pick the weight, and a lot of people tend to do you remember that thing that I told you to reach out? You need to keep this close to your legs the whole time, okay? Imagine that your legs are like anchors, that they're not moving, okay? So same direction, you go down, come back up. Don't need to over squeeze, okay? There is no point. Okay, so once you're ready to finally progress to the bar, okay, an important thing is how low you're going, because if you go too low, you will hurt your lower back. So let's have a look. You want to stop about the middle of your shins. If you go down, you see my back is starting to arch. So you can either follow a general guideline, which is the middle of the shin, or just record yourself and see when your back start bending, okay? Don't go too low, because RDLs you don't need to go too low. Another good variation, if you struggle with normal RDLs, I recommend using the Smith machine. Why? Because the bar is fixed, as you can see, so you won't have that problem of having to see where it's gonna be and keeping it closer to you all the time, because it will force you automatically to be in the same position. The bar will only move up and down. It won't go any other way. So that's just really nice. So if you try the Smith machine though, you need something like a box or a stepper to elevate you, otherwise your range of motion will be just slightly off. So again, you will start this in exactly the same way. I'm doing a demo with no weight, as always. So another thing, remember to keep your chin tucked in and look down the whole time while you do any RDL variation, okay? So you want to go down, bend at your knees, go just here, middle of the shins, and go back down. Okay, so a great alternative to RDLs, and particularly single leg RDLs, is the single leg press. Why? Because you can achieve a better stretch. And also there is no risk of lower back pain or any other pain that you can have. Just make sure that you bring your knee close to your chest, okay? And you never really straighten up your legs. Nice and controlled. Another leg as well. Some of my online coaching clients actually prefer single leg RDLs because it's always about genetics, like I said, and personal preference as well. So I'm also going to show you this very great variation. So this is the B stance RDL, and if you hate this, I'm even going to show you another one after this if you don't feel this, just in case. You will have the standing leg with your foot flat on the floor, is your support leg, okay? And then there is the other foot where it's more bent and it's slightly further away, okay? So it's like you're standing on your tiptoes. This is only as an extra support, but I would say 80% of your weight should be on this one. This is just there as support, like I said before. Now, here is the really good variation for you. So you would do a normal RDL, so again, do that, and add a twist. This is an RDL with rotation. So you twist this and bring the kettlebell close to the supporting leg. So you're basically performing a sort of twist at the same time and targeting all area of your glutes, because while you do this, you'll target your lower glutes. When you actually rotate, you also engage the gluteus medius and minimus, aka side glutes as well. So it's a very complete variation, okay? So again, I'll show you from this angle as well, so you can see. So I go down and then rotate, okay? You do this with a kettlebell. Now, let's say that you struggle with balance a lot. I want you to use a wall as your stance, okay? The wall not only will remember you the first skill that I told you before about hinging at your hip, not only the wall will help you hinge at your hips and remind you of that, but it will also add as support because you can actually put your foot there, okay? So how do we do it? So we stand close enough, it's going a bit there, so put there as extra support, and we'll go down and twist, okay? Like a normal RDL. So this is another great variation that you can try. Anyway, family, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want me to create a plan based on exercises that you like, because I review exercises for my clients as well to see what works really for them. If you want me to create a one-to-one personalized plan for you, link in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time with another video. Ciao, familia.